Plone Foundation Membership Annual Meeting 2022. After 2 years doing that online, we are kind of rusty, so please bear with us. First thing I would like to know, who here is already a foundation member? Raise your hands. Okay. Please pay attention, look at the other faces. Okay. So the rules in here are simple. If you're not a foundation member, you can watch, you can ask questions, but you cannot make motions or vote. If you're a foundation member, you can make motions, and we need you to make motions at some point. And if we have any vote, we... Okay. Hello, hello. We, invite you to vote. So for the last year at the Plone Conference 2021, the mixed version with part of us in Sorrento, part online, we elected a board of directors. I am Eric Andre, I'm the president.
Jens Klein, vice president.
Kim Paulus, just board member.
Paul Roulans, board member.
Victor Fernandez de Alba, Jos.
Andy, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Andy Lieb, secretary this year. This is the second year that I was actually secretary of the Plone board.
And we also have William, that's not on the call yet. And we have a non-voting board member, that's Beth Smith. Thank you for all the hard work during this year. Some board members were also part of other teams, and some had official positions. Jens was liaison to the security team. William was the liaison to the marketing team, and Victor was the liaison to Voto team, even though that sounds strange, right? Because, yeah. In the beginning of the year, we decided on some priorities, and I should have tested that before. Okay, we decided for 5 priorities. First, communication, addressing all Plone audience, not only developers. Second, embrace hybrid model for all gatherings, meetups, sprints, and the conference, and I believe we can see that. Improve and enhance documentation and marketing positioning of the Plone CMS, and again, I'm going to ask for a round of applause to Steve Peirce, Katya, and to Hiko Pekka. I cannot see anyone in here, please. A round of applause. And then nurture new participation and leadership in the community. And I really hope this works. Oh, okay. And contributor agreement modernization via the adoption of digital signature. We are almost there. We promise this is going to become a reality pretty soon. We had the membership committee this year. Victor, can you talk a bit about that?
Yes, although I haven't prepared anything. But how many members do we have new this year? Yeah, we have I think 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 10. Yes, and we have Alessandro Pisa from Italy, Giulia Gisini, Italia, York Zell, Germany, Lucas Aquino, Brazil, Marcus Hilbert, Austria, Michael McFarren, United States, Nilesh Gulia, India, Pier Nicoli, Italy, Raffaella Vazzanella, Brazil, and Stefano Marchetti from Italy.
If you're here, please stand up. Again. There are more of you, yeah. One important thing is anyone can nominate themselves to be a Plone Foundation member. Being a foundation member is a recognition for all the work you did to the community over the years. That's important. Also, you help us define the future of the community, the future of the foundation. And it's not related to code, meaning if you have access to Collective, you're a core developer, and so on and so forth, you're not a foundation member yet, but that's an easy path to join. Every year we renew the membership committee to have new people coming and to do the evaluation of the new applications. I would like to thank Victor for this amazing year and King Nguyen, because I believe it was the first time in a long time we had that many new members. Thank you. We also had this year 43 new contributors. Thank you all. We are not going to name them all. Yeah, it's 42, 43 in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. We need to start counting from zero like normal human beings. So the number is 42. Yeah. Also, if someone in your organization works with Plone, please ask them to sign the contributor agreement and help us to make the future of Plone a reality. We are always looking for new contributors, people that can join us, because in a few years they're going to become Tiberio and going to commit like crazy, and we can rest for a while. Also, we had some Plone events this year. We had 2 strategic sprints funded. It was the Beethoven sprint in May. It was 2 city sprint. It happened in Bonn and Bucharest. We had more than, I do not remember the number now, 20-something people there. It was good. It moved lots of things. Some of us were there. And we also had the Buschenschank sprint. Is okay? Yeah, yes. It was also in May. It was a week apart from Beethoven sprint. Also initiative. Thank you, Johannes. And these sprints are the ones that the foundation invests money. We publicize more to get as many core developers we can to move Plone ahead. Want to say something?
And I think it's very important to have the strategic sprints, and I encourage everyone who thinks about doing a sprint. It's not that much work to organize like a symposium or a conference, so it's easy if you have a room, if you get people together, and we as a foundation really like to spend money on this to see Plone getting forward.
We also supported the organization of the Plone Conference 2022. This is something we start doing over the COVID period and help a lot the organizers. So if it's a big if, right? We announce the next Plone Conference today. It's an if. They are going to have the support from the Plone Foundation. That's important for any other organization that wants to host a Plone conference and they're like, I never did, and so on. There's always a team of people that this year this team was led by King Nguyen. Thank you, King. No, the foundation part. Of course, we had Joel and Martin organizing the conference. They had lots of meetings with us. Thank you all for organizing this amazing conference. So whoever wants to organize a conference, you have our support. It also applies to other things, other events. We did lots of evangelism and outreach this year, even considering we came from 2 years of lockdown and working from home and getting to know each other's place through Zoom. This term we sponsor Open Source Week. It was an event that was organized by Red Turtle in Italy. We sponsored the event to promote Plone in Italy. We also sponsored the Python Web Conference in March. It was an online event. I see some familiar faces that were speakers there. We had Plone talks there. We sponsor Engitech, that's a gathering of a sub-community of Plone that works with the legislative branch of power in Brazil. We also sponsor and continue to support CMS Garden. I would like to publicly acknowledge the work that Mike has been doing with CMS Garden since a long time. Thank you, Mike. And if you want your local event that's related to Plone or could help us reach a new audience for Plone, please ask for sponsorship. If it's not related to Plone, it's hard, but take every opportunity you can to go there and speak and go to your local Python group, Python conference, and so on. We had other initiatives. We had World Plone Day 2022. Many cities organize their own smaller events, and we have the coordination from the marketing team led by Rico Pekka online. So we generated more than 24 hours, a little bit less than 24 hours of new video content to plone.org. Again, I would like to thank and ask for a round of applause to Red Turtle that hosted the most viewed event online. They had at some point more than 50 or 60 people watching online the event, and they had that for 3 hours. Again, someone from Red Turtle here? Oh yeah, thank you. We are going to have World Plone Day again next year, more opportunities. We also had the Plone 6 early adopting meetings, regular, all the classic UI sprints that happen every Wednesday. We had some Plone Gov BR online events. Let me see in here. 2 series of videos. And we had my favorite Plone moment. That's the Plone newsroom. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Fred. You see, I speak your names all the time. And we also had a second season of the Plone podcast led by our King Nguyen. Thank you all. Applause. Also for sprints, we had the classic UI sprints. It was always nice living in a different time zone, wake up and see that people are talking about Plone for hours already. Regular ZOP sprints, Plone 6 micro sprints, Plone.org sprints, Mosaic upgrade sprint, and Cerrado sprint in Brazil that was mostly to create a plone.org.br and translate Plone to Portuguese. Also, let's talk a bit about sponsorship. We had Fulvio leading the efforts to get sponsors and maintain our sponsors for the Plone Foundation. This was now transitioned to King Nguyen. This year's sponsors were Premium Level, Enfold, Email, Jaskarta, 6 Feet Up, and Soliton Consulting. Round of applause for them. Thank you. Standard sponsor, Agile Coach, Cloud 19, Des Lotenvash, Other Web, Made to Clean, Red Turtle, and Zopix. Thank you all for your continued support. Was the spelling okay for the Dutch one? Des Loten? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. And there's something else here at some point. Oh, maybe. Somewhere. Let me reduce here. There's one thing. Okay, better. And also, we'd like to thank the Plone Foundation Heroes. So they are not companies, but persons that donate to Plone. This year, so Correa Baylor, Eric Steele, Erico Andrei, Franco Pellegrini, Ian Dodson, Lucas Aquino, Nicola Zambello, Paul Ruland, Rico Pekoksanen, and Kim Nguyen. So, round of applause. One thing here, now we are transitioning the heroes, Plone Foundation heroes, to GitHub sponsorship. So if you have $5 to spare every month, go there. If you don't and you want to pay us a coffee, donate $10, go there, do it. It's quite simple. And Paul was in charge of making that happen and doing all the paperwork and understand the US legal and finance system. Thank you for that, Paul. And one last topic, we had the nominations open for the new Plone Foundation board. We had 7 candidates to 7 positions, so we do not have an election this year. We want to see an election next year. Who did not talk yet? Everyone in here. Andy, no, it's bad for him to talk like from there. So Paul, what are the requirements to be part of the Prune Foundation board?
You have to have an interest to be on the Plone Foundation board. There are no further requirements. You don't need to be a foundation member. Actually, serving on the board is an excellent way of being or contributing, and that is seen as a valid contribution to become a foundation member. But there's no prior requirements other than that you solemnly swear to uphold, to be at the meetings and be in contact with the community. But that's about it. We practically, we meet every 2 weeks online. There's a tradition that it's on Thursdays, but if people are from other time zones, we are perfectly willing to adapt the timing for that. But at the moment, it's on Thursday evenings for Europe and Thursday afternoons for the US. But there are no further requirements. You have to learn a few rules. There's like this strange speak of Robert's rules that because we are an American, we are an American legal organization, so you have to do motions with.
And actually, I believe we could have a tutorial later on. You're going to learn. It's really hard. The first time you do that in a public space, people look at you like, what? But so this is it. We had 7 nominations. So Eriko, Jens, Kim, Martin Peters. Woohoo! Kim Nguyen and William Fenney. So first thing I would like to do the traditional first of all thank Victor for all the years on the board, all the hard work. We hope to see you in the board again.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It's been an amazing 7 years, and really changed a lot, and game changer for me. Thanks a lot. And I
And I would like to ask Andy to say a few words. Yeah, it's you, Andy.
Oh, hey, this is the last term of the board that I'm probably going to serve, and I just wanted to say that having this meeting every 2 weeks has actually been such a delight, particularly through the tough times of COVID, where it was a joy to be able to speak to friends about something that we all care so deeply about. So I would recommend to everyone that if you like talking about Plone and related technologies and the people in the community that's so special here, that you consider running for the board at some time in the future.
Thank you, Andy. And now we are going to invite the two new board members to the table. Again, thank you, Victor. Oh, yeah. And now it's the tutorial moment, so wait a sec. They're going to sit in here unless someone has something really against you. I don't know. Oh, man. Okay. So we need someone that's a foundation member to make a motion to approve the new board for the 2022-2023 term. Oh, yes.
Uh,
We need someone to second. So Alexander second. And now it's the moment you've been all waiting for.
Yeah, so as before, only foundation members can vote. So we're gonna ask all in favor say aye, and then if you are in favor of the motion, you say aye. Don't ask me why, ask Mr. Robert, it's his rules. And then we're gonna ask any opposed say nay, and if you think like these bunch of clowns, no, never, then you say nay. And then we're going to ask if there are any abstentions, and if you abstain, you also have to say, or you have to raise your hand. So that's the ritual, basically. And if it's too close to call, we will do a head count. Otherwise, it's a visual count or an audible count, more or less. And by the objections, if you have very strong objections, you can, and then we can have a discussion.
Exactly. So let's start. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Any abstention? So motion passes. This is the board for the next term. William is not here, but he's part of this new board. In German now. Yeah. And now we open for any additional questions or any additional motions. If anyone wants to ask something, anyone else? Oh, already, man.
Oh,
Okay.
pulling a short, yes.
Man, we are in video. We need to explain that later. So, Philip, motion to adjourn the meeting. Do we have a second? Alessandro Pisa was also like this. So let's give to Eric because, no. Alessandro second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Any abstention? And that's a wrap. Thank you all.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you all for the
Thank you
trust. And now we have some extra time. Please remember at 5 o'clock there is everybody's favorite time of the day, namely lightning talks.
I want to ask something else to all foundation members that are here. Please answer the Plone Foundation census. And William, Franco, and there's somebody else, please don't answer again. Because I see familiar faces that, oh, you need to, oh, I'm going to do. And then I see Franco going there every time and we know.
Where is this?
I'm going to send a link. Actually, as far as I know, at least people are answering the same way twice or three times, so it's fine. No one has a different view from one week to the other. What? Oh, the next event. If we know, yeah, if we know that, nobody knows. And actually, there's still time. If you want to organize, you have a few minutes to allow us. Man, I already told you. I don't know.
No, there will be a closing session after lightning
Yeah.
talks, and that is traditionally the moment where also the next one is announced.
exactly. Yep.
There's no arguing with tradition.
Bye, Andy. Yeah,
Bye.
Andy's there. He's saying bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Andy.
Since we have some time, I thought we'd just do the sprint announcements now, so we don't have more time for the lightning talk. So if we have additional minutes, okay. Yeah, hang on, that's wrong. Come again? Sure. Enjoy that. Oh crap. I have no idea what's happening here. Come again? How do I stop? Yeah. So, if you are a sprint topic leader, I'll ask you to come up to the stage and quickly introduce your topic. But first, let's some organizational stuff about the sprint. So, sprints are Saturday and Sunday. Different from like other conferences, the sprint location is not here. It's not near here. It's about a half-hour bus ride. That is, and getting there by public bus is not really easy. It's probably doable, or getting a cab is also doable. Yes.
Is it possible that the short link goes to the 2019 sprint? This was just copied over because I just tried that.
Yeah, that is, but sorry. But the one on PloneConf is right. So why did you click on the link to the same document that you were already looking at?
Because he's doing QA these days.
So that link is correct. Okay, that link is just wrong. I'll just delete it. Sorry. Good. Thank you. Still, I wonder. Okay. So the link, if you ever wonder, the link is in the schedule. Sprint. There's this. There's also some minimal information. I'll add some more. So since the sprint location is not here and not near here, it's half an hour bus ride. As I said, there's going to be a bus organized for all the sprinters. But to figure out if the bus is big enough or if we need a whole fleet of buses, we'll need to know how many people will actually come to the sprint. So I'm going to ask for a show of hands who will be at the sprint tomorrow. That is Saturday. Hands up. Okay. Can someone approximately count that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 28, so probably 30 people, so that you know that maybe 5 more. I don't know, some people who are running around. So that was Saturday. I'm not asking for Sunday now. First of all, because you have your travel plannings to do. The bus leaves at 9:30 in the morning near the Hotel Ibis. It's not far from here, so we're here. Theatre, no, that's actually not here, but we are close to here. And the bus is here, and the Hotel Ibis, where a lot of people are staying, I know not everyone is staying here, is here. So it's not far away. So that is where you need to be at 9:30 in the morning. We can have a discussion. So this is not a board meeting. Nobody can pull a short. This is if someone says this is not human, we should do this at 10 o'clock. That's okay. But 9:30 I think is doable. Is that okay? Thank you. Good. Okay, we'll do that 9:30. We'll leave at the sprint location, which is the office of IMU, which graciously offered their own offices. at 6 o'clock. So we'll be here after like 6:30 in time for walking around, going back to the office, having beers and drinks. So the Sunday, the same thing will happen, but I know a lot of people will have to leave on Sunday, including me. So I'll ask again. Additional information. There is going to be a couple of cars. That's not a fleet of cars. But if people need to leave, say Sunday 3 o'clock, they need to be at the train station in Namur or somewhere else. That is okay. We can manage that depending on how many people are there. So that need that. So please add your name here and say I need to be in Namur at 3 o'clock, for example. Then we can manage transport there, because it wouldn't make sense to do the bus thing. So saying that, who's gonna come on Sunday morning 9 o'clock to the sprint? 9:30 to the sprint. Hands up now. Considerably less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is very few people. 6. Tiberio, I saw you. So that's Sunday. That's going to be a slow sprint. That's okay, not a problem. So that you know about catering and stuff. You don't have to add your name if you attend and your numbers, since we know them now approximately at least. So probably on Sunday maybe we don't do a bus, but just a couple of private cars. I don't know. You just decide that. Okay. Having said that, what is a sprint? Hands up if you've never been to a sprint, but are coming on Saturday. That's cool. You've never been to a sprint? What the? That doesn't make sense. Yes, I will. Yeah, he's coming. I will. So a sprint is a collaborative effort to improve Plone in any way possible. So by collaborative, that's the key word here. You don't work alone unless you really want to. But you don't work alone and don't have like only like core developer here, and the newbies all there and there. That doesn't work like that. Pair up with someone who is maybe more experienced than you, or knows something that you don't know, has an editor that you might want to learn about, showed something during a talk that you want to learn about. Leave your comfort zone, because these people are friendly, and that is the perfect place to learn stuff. So that is a very strong wish that we have, and it's a perfect opportunity to actually do that. So pick a topic. Maybe, okay, I know we always have stuff that we need to have finished because the release is coming up, but it would be great if not everyone works on the things that he's always working on. Broaden your horizon. If you're not a developer, you're very welcome to join the sprint anyway, as I said, in any way possible. Translations, user testing, accessibility testing, speed testing. You can do that in your browser without any additional skills. Documentation. Yeah, that's like topic number 1 anyway. Marketing. Yeah. Everything that helps improve Plone is welcome. Even like coming there and ranting about things that are bad, so we can find out how to improve them. So, as that being said, Steve, can you say just very quickly what the main topics about documentation are?
Yeah, we have. Nice loud voice. Yeah, I can project or whatever. So. We have a bunch of little ones, but the big ones that we really want to get done are just releasing Plone 6 docs, so that instead of typing 6.dev, we just go to docs.plone.org and you get version 6 docs. We want to also start using years in the training docs, so that we don't have trainings that are just obsolete and no longer work. We'll archive those, but we'll still be able to get to those. Decommissioning the Hugo site, which is like a splash page that nobody really updates anymore. and then have the training site have its own homepage. And updating the critical pieces of installation, maintaining, and deploying Plone 6. We have a really excellent base, but it could use some user testing. So if you wanted to kick the tires on that documentation, we'd really appreciate it. And I think those are the big ones. We have a whole big, huge list of issues on the project board. Most of those are porting already converted to MIST syntax, the 5.2 documentation. And so that step's already been done. We just need to have people curate it and move it over into the 6 branch and then release it.
Thank you, Steve. Hand that over to Mikael. Don't give it to Mikael because he's leaving, but he is available online to help you when you want to do translations. So we still have a couple of languages that are less than perfect coverage-wise. So doing that is rather easy if you speak English and the target language. So do that. Then marketing. Rico-Pekka, do you want to say a couple of words?
Thanks. And like a great leader, I will leave the sprint early, but leave others to do the work. But fortunately, there's something already like planned out. If I show it here, so 2 things, or maybe 3 things. So other one is Plone.org, of course, to build it, and there's the technical side. If someone can get me a running Plone 6 site with the theme that was already built, that would be really amazing. So that's one thing that if someone can help. And then there's also lots of content work. And if you haven't been following the little details of the Plone.org renewal, there is the earlier sprint documentations and this mural design, which you should definitely check out and see what kind of stuff there already is in place and what kind of thinking behind the new site. And then there are a couple of other content things that you can go through and maybe help with. And yeah, marketing Plone 6, that's part of the Plone.org renewal, but if you can think about things, and there are a list of things that you can like actually do if you have the time. And thanks to all the participants tomorrow that are actually here doing the job. So thank you.
Cool. Yes. Good, yeah. Victor, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Otto?
Yeah, regarding front end, yeah, we have a bunch of things we have talked during the Volta team meeting. 3 that I will personally like to see happen, and they are quite attainable for yeah, the duration of the sprint. And tomorrow we can take a look. These are the drag and drop support for nested blocks. The other is the teaser block, and the third one is the column row groups block. And yeah, oh, there's another POC typing multiple stash scripts. Oh, okay, Michael, you have said that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's another nice thing to take a look at. Yeah, for the first 3 ones, there are already there is already a PR. There are already PRs, right? And someone can take over because the job has already been started. There's another great topic that is Plone.org, but the front end part, that there's another big one. So probably we will need blocks, we will need things there. If anybody, yeah, I guess that tomorrow we will take a look at everything that is missing. Yeah. Already.
Practical joking here. Add-ons, I added that. I'm not going to work on that unless just putting that out. If someone has an add-on that he's using in 5.2, for example, but he wants to have working in 6, Me and others are available to help you. There are not many things you have to do unless you have a lot of JavaScript stuff. Then Alin, Hannes, or others can help, since he just had to do that chore. Alin, I mean. Next one, David. Do you want something about the test? Say something about testing.
I'm trying to work on figuring out a plan for how we can be less dependent on Jenkins, maybe do some planning for using GitHub Actions instead. I'm open to other people working on other testing-related topics and any advice on that.
Next is mockup. Hannes, are you there? I just saw you, but there you are. Can you switch on the mic for Hannes? Is it? Okay, take mine.
Mockup the JavaScript stack of Plone. Many tests are failing there, so that is one part which I want to work on. And also Franco recently just said that the cache groups for the chunks could be optimized, because currently when you load tiny MCE, then a lot of small files are downloaded, and that could be optimized. And we for sure find something else. Also the documentation is something. I added that point to the documentation group. And yeah, porting add-ons.
Okay, Alexander, do you want to say something about Zope and Plone security packages? Where are you? Can't see you.
Thanks. Yeah, there are still some of the packages in the SOAP Foundation that for some other projects are necessary that are still not ported to Python 3 fully, so there are some open pull requests, some work to do on it, working on that. Also preparing restricted Python for the Python 3.11 support so that we can go on that, and then there are some config scripts in the SOAP Foundation that they apply now to all SOAP Foundation packages for some more convenient way that all packages act the same on testing, linting, and so on. So we're working on that.
Cool. Just to put that out, since this is not, hey, Alexander's working that, so that's going to be fixed. Sorry. This is basically a cry for help, not specifically from him, but join him and Hannes and David and everyone else on this topic if you're interested. Even if you're totally new to that, I'm certain you're going to learn something. Flip, you want to say something about Volto speedrun upgrade, please?
Yes, this is basically a real-world example of getting a non-profit put onto Volto. We are actually at 5.2.7, maybe even 5.2.8 Python 3, and I would like to, see how fast you can take from there to Volto, and bring some input back into maybe like quick install processes for other people to share that.
Please also the migration process, the migration.
I do migrationless stuff. I just slap stuff together. No. It says right there, technical debt, you just have to document it. So this is actually truly a speed run. This is, we will take on as much debt as possible to get this done. And I want to see what happens. Yes, we can migrate if you want, but there is nothing to migrate.
Rich text? You don't use rich text?
We don't. Maybe we do.
Do you use links and images?
We use images. We use links.
Oh, then
we have
something to migrate. Yes.
Thank you, Philip, for offering to help migrate this site.
I'll show you where the button is. So, Volto seamless mode, John.
Thank you. Yeah. This is a thing I've been working on a little bit with Tiberius. So it's just to get multiple hosts running through the same Volto instance, so a bit like VHM in Plone. So if you've got the same code base that you want to run on multiple sites, that's the way it's going to work. Proof of concept's kind of working. There's lots of little sort of fixes to be done. There's a bunch of places in Volto that's using sort of the old way that we'll need to migrate across. It needs to be tested properly, and yeah, we need to do some load testing on it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Great. Last but not least, no, not last, sorry. Mike?
Yeah, I will probably either work a bit on Bob templates for REST API serializer. I started there a while ago. Need to finish that up. Maybe even some mosaic tile support, whatever. I'm not 100% sure, but or just cleaning up existing tiles. So if anybody wants to improve Bob templates or Plone CLI, join me.
Godefroy?
So I'll be working on build out. Moritz has submitted a PR and he cannot run the test, or almost. So which means documentation needs to be written that I plan to do and that we can work on together how to run the test suite of build out and hopefully accept Moritz's pull request. So it will be work on build out so that we can eventually get a 3.0 without any RC.
Thank you. So thanks for all these interesting topics. Remember, we meet at 9:30 where the blue sign is floating in the air. There's not going to be a blue sign. Just imagine that next to the Pizza Hut for breakfast. Okay, we have a 15-minute break to get coffee and I don't know whatever in, and then we do the lightning talks, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you.